Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's remastered today on Neo Sylphid. It's gonna be light. It's gonna be Shuttle. One heck of a PvT. It was sent to me by RJB. We're gonna blue versus red this just because pink and pink is hard for me on the minimap. Bottom left, it's gonna be Shuttle. Bottom right, it is light. Two awesome players. A PvT for you for the standalone VOD. I have moved the live streams to a different channel as well as the shorts. So if you're fans of those, go check it out at Falcon Paladin Plays. I'll put a link to it in the description. But this channel is now only for, what? StarCraft Brood War Remastered standalone VODs. No face cam, no weird pop-ups. And here we go on a PBT. We're going to ×2 a little bit here in the early stage until something interesting happens, right? No proxies for either player. Just SCVs inside the main base here and probes inside the main base as well. Gas timings are interesting in this matchup as well as Nexus firsting, but no, it's going to be a gateway opening here from our guy Shuttle as well as a barracks opening here from Light. So Light is maybe the best Terran player in the world right now. Shuttle is among the best Protoss players. I think that honor goes to Snow. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments. Both players taking gas early, which means no early expand here. We've got a cybernetics core. We've got a factory plant here from Light. And yeah, everything is A-okay here on Neo Sylphid. Both players respecting one another here. I think Light knows Tikotoku is a Smurf name here from Shuttle. Or maybe he's just playing safe because he doesn't know who this is. And it could be somebody who is excellent like Shuttle. So, let's see if we expand here before Singularity Charge. No, Singularity Charge first here. That is kind of falling out of favor in 2025, but Shuttle, yeah, Cybernetics Core before expanding. And maybe we won't expand, right? Factory coming up. There we go. Nexus after Singularity Charge. Fair enough, dude. And expanding himself is Light here on Neo Sylphid. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Good to see ya here in StarCraft land. It is wonderful to be here for some PvT shenanigans. We're going to get tanks. We are going to get vultures. We're going to get everything anybody could ever ask for in their life for StarCraft. So, yeah, bunker to be incredibly safe. Right, I think it couldn't hold off a Dragoon or two, especially with his tank timing. But Dragoons are playing defensively. They want to keep the SCV out if they can. Is he not? Oh, look at that sneak in. Oh, I think he wanted to keep the SCV out and not allow him to see that expansion. Let's slow it down now. I think we're okay. Second gateway. Hey, look, observatory. No Reaver shenanigans quite yet out of our guy Shuttle, but you know, his name's Shuttle. It's going to be Shuttles for something. High Templar or Reavers or Zealots, probably almost guaranteed to be Zealots. Reavers and High Templar are not a guarantee, but one of the two? I mean, I guess that's the question. Are High Templar a requirement in this matchup if you get to a certain point? Right? If you go 2-base attack, you probably don't need High Templar, but if this gets into macro, then I think High Templar with Storm is kind of a requirement to take down a Terran player as good as Light is. Again, let me know in the comments if you agree with that sentiment. I do read every comment anybody ever leaves for me on the channel. And I always have. I've never been big enough that that's not possible. Third Nexus. I was going to say he's sneaking it, but he's not. I thought that was at the 12 o'clock for a second, but nope. He's just putting it in the pretty standard third base location here. Naked expanding. One Vulture could come up and kill this pro and get a free kill. But Light not moving out like that. He's getting a second factory. He's got an academy for the consats. In case there's DTs, because he doesn't know if there are DTs or not. He doesn't know what the tech is. He doesn't know if there's a Citadel, which, by the way, there's not. You definitely need Zealot legs. That is something you 100% need. We should have a list of things you need in every matchup in StarCraft. I mean, yes, we're going to say drones and probes. Also SCVs. Although, I don't know, I guess there are some crazy all-in builds where you don't make any workers at all. But I guess you have them, so that counts as having one. Ah, there it is. There's the robotic support bay. Where's he building that sucker? Oh, right here in front of me. Cool. So, natural base has that. SCV wants to come in. Nope. Pro block says absolutely not, but guess what? There's the base there. Scanning. Ooh, there we go. Scan sees the Reaver tech. Scan sees the shuttle. Scan sees no early carriers off of 3 bases and is happy about that. We'll get a third CC as a result of the scan here at about 7 minutes. Excellent job there by Light. You do want to be doing that, Terran players, yeah? Get the comm sats, get a scan out around 7 minutes, see what the Protoss is up to. I mean, you can sometimes hide tech over here, because the scan, you'll notice, is over here. And this base is big enough you can hide things like a couple gateways, but you can't have a robo and an observatory and like 2 gates and a fleet beacon. It's not viable economically. I love this 4th base left side. I like it a lot. This could be scary for Shuttle, but he's risking it. He's risking it for the biscuit, trying to get some extra economic edge over Light. We'll see if Light punishes that or not. He doesn't know about it, for one. It's kind of hard to punish something you don't know exists. Charon boost is on the way. And a starport. Whether that's going to be for science vessels or drop ships, I guess we will find out. Science vessels with EMP, really good against Protoss, especially if they go Arbiter or Carrier. Getting a big, juicy EMP on either of those things is wonderful. Citadel of Adun coming in. Terran's getting another armory, and this starport doesn't have a control tower, which indicates to me probably Wraith. There's a science facility too, so probably science vessels. Not that you can't use a starport for everything. Yeah, you can't use it for shuttles and for science vessels, obviously. Ooh, the delay. Oh, the delay on this 3rd base from Shuttle is big time. Oh my gosh. A 4-basing Protoss against a 2-basing Terran who is trying to get a 3rd base, mind you. Siege tanks should get these guys off that front door. And they do. They're pretty good at that. Charon boost. Great. Gate. And so far, so good. I think both players are looking fantastic. Light needs a 3rd base, or he needs to go now. And this Reaver, I mean, we're not Snow, but we are Shuttle. Oh, rescanning to kill that OBS. And he doesn't get the OBS. That hurts. No, he does. Did he have to 3rd scan that to get the OBS? That sucks. That's a lot of scan for one observer. That's a win for Shuttle. Siege tanks slowly sieging up to try to get a 3rd base. It sucks when you have to do this. But against a Protoss, that's generally the indication. Zealot legs. Hey, look, a +1. A also neat. Tanks are sitting at +1, working on a +2. And 3rd base lands. Cool. 4th base has been rolling from Shuttle for like 3 minutes now. What you gonna do about it, Light? Well, he's gonna 3 base ya. He's gonna get a 4th factory and a 5th factory here on 3 bases. He's going to have 58 SCVs. And it's the Templar Archives warping in on the other side. Ooh, triple Shuttle shenanigans. Gotta watch that drop very, very closely. Okay, so triple Shuttle into double turret. He's going for it, ladies and gentlemen. And there you go, unloading 1 Zealot. Okay, whatever. Just unloading Zealots and Reavers and Dragoons galore here. Trying to cancel an upgrade. Ooh, that's a +2 vehicle upgrade on the attack. That's really nicely done. Both turrets die. The Academy getting killed means no more ComSat production. That's kind of nice. I don't know if we're getting out of here. It's probably time to evac the Reaver. And he does pick it up. Not to retreat, though. Oh, I don't know about this. Okay, Zealots attacking into this 3rd base. This is a very standard engagement position in PvT. And again, the Terran holds it off, as they usually do. Okay, so now... Oh, did he dive too deeply and too greedily? He did. He lost everything. He should have gone home. He tried to come down here and kill some of these SCVs, but it's still 65 SCVs from Light. He barely lost any workers at all. Getting that upgrade denied was big time, but the other stuff... not so much. Yeah, I should have gotten out there with a Reaver. That was a mistake on his part. Holy gateways, Batman. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is going to be 10, 11, 12, 13 gateways. Can make a lot of Zealots and Dragoons and High Templar as Psystorm is on the way. There is more scanning. He's like, okay, are you transitioning to Carrier yet? No, that's a lot of gateways. Okay, cool. I'll keep making tanks and vultures then. That's what I'm most comfortable doing. Dragoons trying to hold access to this 12 o'clock. There's not a Nexus in here. Spider Mines do kill the other Dragoon. Excellent micro there. And probe dies. Oh, he was trying to expand up here. There was a probe. He didn't even try to run. I would have run the probe to the corner and tried to buy some time. There are units coming to save the day. Ob's here to clear out the spider mines, but hey, you got a spider mine anyway. That's how this works. So, looking good on 3 bases. Vultures being active here, vultures being active here, spider mines getting laid in not the entire map, but in general attack path locations. Loving that. Big, big, big fan of that for sure. Cannons warping in. Kidder and Amulet getting started here. That's a lot of fun. I mean, pretty standard par for the course, but I like it. And look at this. +1 vultures. YOLOing themselves in here and getting, I don't know, a couple probes, but still 68 workers for the Protoss. He's not worried about it. Gets another probe to the 12 o'clock to expand there as well. Terran taking a 4th base down to the 6 o'clock. So expanding opposite of each other. Very standard maneuver here. And oh, it's wandering into spider mines. Not exactly what you want to do. They're just kind of scouting the center of the map to see what's going on. And look at this. +1 attack against +1 attack. It's very weird to be even on upgrades at 13 minutes in a PvT. But guess what? That's what happens when you kill the armory and deny an upgrade. Sick stuff. Dragoons clearing out the spider mines. He's going to go for this attack. Because if this 3rd base dies, Light is dead. That is very standard on Neo Sylphid. He's like, okay, what do we send in first here? I guess we just go, folks. Good. Size Storms, SCVs evacing out of there. Siege tanks sieging outside of the base even to try to hold this. And Shuttle says, yeah, that's a lot of tanks. By golly, it is. And the +2 is now finished. Now there's an upgrade advantage here at 14 minutes. Whew. Good Ob Snipe. He's not working on his +3 quite yet. Where did he replace that armory? There it is. There's an armory. Should be working on a +3 attack, but he's a little bit distracted by all of everything that's happening. Science vessels are out. Worried about DTs. I don't know if I've seen EMP come through the production tab yet. There's that +3 getting started for the tanks. So again, RJB replay. Check him out. He streams Fastest Map on YouTube. VOD's out there if you're a Fastest Map fan. High level stuff too. $200 to 141 supply. I don't know if it gets much easier for Shuttle from here on out. But I don't think he can break this, and I don't know if he can break this either. Arbiters, big fan of Arbiters. Trying to get it. That's a, wow, just on the bare edge of the range of that storm. What a placement by Shuttle. That was awesome. That was fantastic. Protoss, +2 attack. Working on an armor upgrade. Working on 7 more gates, friends. Look at all these gates he's doing at the 12 o'clock here. Shuttle expanding to the right side, too. I don't want to call this a Shuttle win right now, but he's in a very commanding position. The problem is, Terrans can go from a not great position all the way deeply, as these 3 observers are in the same spot. He just wants to scout this space, and he sees that it's there, to a very commanding position through the power of getting your siege tanks across the map. Right? You get siege tanks right here, and suddenly this base dies. This base is denied. You get tanks here. This base dies. You get tanks kind of like here-ish, and you can kill this base and this base at the same time. Vulture YOLOing again. There are requisite cannons to kill these vultures, but you can't stop them from killing your probes unless you hardwall them out. 5th base coming in. Observer sees the whole darn thing, and he's covering it well, too. Spider mines, tanks. Not +3 yet. Is he going for this? Shuttle. A little bit under the weather, folks. Apologize for the throat clearing here. But the StarCraft must go on, as they say. All right side. Warping in here. Wow, that is an aggressive Nexus from Shuttle. But if he takes this base, it's going to die. And if he takes this base, it's going to die because it's Neo Sylphid. You know why. This is the most aggressive macro opening on Neo Sylphid I've maybe ever seen. Light's not sitting here on 3 base. He's got 5 bases, which normally is awesome and enough. But when it comes down to Shuttle having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases, suddenly you're not feeling too good. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. There was a discussion on Endgame on Reddit the other day that I participated in, but bottom line, good storm drop. 11 kills, 7 kills, Archoning into this 5th base too. Worker count 53 to 73. Big get by Shuttle. But bottom line, I think I've said this before, but snapping Parker, right? Snapping Peter Parker, when Tom Holland is brand new to the MCU and wildly popular, telegraphed to the audience that the snap was going to be reversed. If they had snapped people who'd been around for a while, I don't think that sentiment is as clear as an arbiter tribunal is coming in. So I was sitting there in Infinity War being like, this is terrible. Wow, Thanos won. Holy crap. And then Tom Holland starts a dust, and I'm like, okay, they're fine. Everyone's coming back. They're going to reverse the snap at some point. It kind of took me completely out of the film. So, weird decision they made. I mean, they needed it for like the emotional hook of Stark losing a child, effectively. Somebody that he sees as a son, as a mentee. Anywho, stasis on the way, Shuttle hiding, science vessel patrolling for arbiters, and maybe we'll try to EMP any High Templar that unload before they storm, but that's a tiny, tiny window. I don't know. Is he going to go for it? Not with the turret there, not with the science vessels there. Oh, just go. Maybe. Okay, going for it. Wow. No, everything died. Zealot unloaded, but everything else died. GG. He tried his best. A Stargate's on the way. It could be for carriers. This could just be multiple Arbiter production all the time. YOLO Vultures YOLOing again. God, 3 of them make it into this base, but it's just more gateways, man. This is definitely not carrier. It's just 2 Stargate Arbiter. We're getting deep into this PVT, folks. It is a big one. It is a long one. That's what she said. High Templar. Looks like he got another storm off here. 3 SCVs died. Nothing really to worry about. But Shuttle cannot engage. Every time he tries, it's just look at all the tanks. Ugh. EMP gets tossed down. High Templar has no energy for a storm. Gets killed while trying to retreat anyway. This is where Light can say, yeah, I may be down 3 bases, but it's let's go. Ah, look at this. Shuttle even going for this Nexus. It's not happening because you can just... Yeah, that's why. You know. Alright, Psy Storm, D-Matrix, Zealots in the front. Vulture count not particularly hefty. Zealots kind of getting some work done, but there's only 3 of them remaining. Trying to split off, siege some of the tanks, unsiege others of the tanks. 6,000 mineral bank, which means for the Protoss, you can make 100 Zealots right now. Psy Storm, Nexus dying, this base dead. What do I say about getting a tank army up here? Right about here is bad for business, for Protoss. Any kind of... Nope, nothing there. Nexus down, and splitting off some tanks over here. So yeah, 3 Nexuses gonna die in short order. That one's gone. That one's gone. This one's gonna die. Because the Terran decided it was time to go. That's all it takes sometimes, folks. Yeah, 3 Nexuses out, and suddenly the 8 basing Protoss is now a 6 basing Protoss. Recalls getting researched. DT is trying to get stuff done here, but scans are plentiful. DT is not getting it done. Not at all. It's a desperate ploy here, but guess who's making 11 Dragoons at a time? Man, he's got his Zealots, I guess, so now he needs the Dragoons for the cleanup. Shuttle heading out there with some more Zealots to try to Zealot bomb this backline with the tanks. Couple Goliaths hanging out with the tank boys for that very purpose, though. And sieging up and taking out this right side 3 o'clock, too. Protoss players, avert your eyes. This is not the kind of StarCraft you have signed up for. What are you supposed to do with these tanks? Well, stasis them, Zealot bomb them, carrier them. You've got options. And he does shut down all the aggression here towards the 12 o'clock. But he loses another Nexus in the process, and these guys are heading over now. And this tank actually, does get the tank with the last hit of his Psyblades. Vulture spider mining a little bit this way and that. Terran being inexorable. Being inevitable. We're getting Arbiter, energy upgrade. That's how interesting this is. I mean, it's hard to make Arbiters happen when there are science vessels around. Oh, never mind. He gets a recall into this 5th base. SCV evac timing is pretty hot. All right, that's what we're talking about. Dragoons marching on in, focusing down to command center. Killing CCs is one way to kill a Terran opponent, forcing Light to worry less about killing your bases because his bases are exploding. Command center down. Yeah, brings all these tanks back. Just storm blanketing all of them. They're so clumpy. They are so clumped up and injured, but they'll be able to clean this out eventually, is the thing. Couple tanks still holding this space away from the Protoss, expanding here to make up for the loss of the 5th and expanding here to make up for the loss of the 5th. Light is peak. He's on top of things right now. What he doesn't have is enough money to remax after every battle. I mean, for gas purposes, I would say Shuttle doesn't either, but for minerals, man, he can sure make a lot of Zealots at a time. He just made 18 Dragoons and 8 Zealots at once. That is what Gateway Man can do. Yeah, drag Spider Mines into these tanks. Should be able to Zealot bomb this position pretty easily. Thinking about it anyway. Guess who's coming up this way? The tanks have arrived. Protoss at 322 upgrades, 3-3 for the mech. And we're just going. Oh, Zealot bombing back here instead. Backline of tanks thinned out just a little bit. D-Matrix and Psystorm. A lot of blue here. Stasis seems unnecessary. I mean, you're providing cloak, but it's against a science vessel, so you're not providing any cloak at all, actually. Nice try. 160 to 145 supply. Scrap-tastic PVT, man. This is a great Protoss versus Terran. Wow, this has been a good one. 190 to 144 supply, though. Again, just able to make 17 Dragoons and 11 Zealots at a time. This is how you beat Terran. This is it. This is how you do it. You make a ton of bases, get a huge bank up, a bunch of gateways. And then, yes, it's going to be hard to be cost efficient, but you're Zerging it. You're Zerg swarming across the map. Look at this Vulture positioning as these Zealots try to come over here. Beautiful. Just beautifully done. Zealots can't get up there at all. What a terrible waste of Zealots. They would have been much... Oh, he recalled on top of the army. Never mind. Who needs Zealots? We have Arbiters, folks. We are recalling on top of the army. The siege guys are dead. The mobile guys are not, because mobile guys are much easier to keep alive in StarCraft and everywhere. And it's 176 to 140 supply. Dude, the recalls. I remember, as soon as I started saying with all these science vessels around, Arbiters are hard to use, he started getting some really nice recalls off. Who needs science vessels? I mean, Light does, but where are they? Positioning is a big deal right now. Is he going to recall up this? Oh, recalls to the high ground, shuts it down. SCVs are dying. There are still more SCVs than probes, but not for long and not anymore. That was very quick. Trying to take out this command center as it runs with 3 Dragoons, but no. Priority targeting over this way. Science vessel. D-Matrixing instead of EMPing, providing that detection against this cloak too. So providing a lot of value here, just not getting those EMPs off that you want to see against a Protoss player like Shuttle. What a scrap fest this has been. It was a lot of Mac growing up and powering up for the first 15 minutes, but we are on top of things now. We're just walking out the front door. Shuttle really wants this base, and he can probably take this base down too. If he clears all this out, which he does, and yeah, he's making a beeline over here. Ooh, Light retakes the 5th, but he loses the 6th and the 7th in the process. Protoss up, about 30 supply, about where you want to be. Terran trying to remax here, but doesn't have a ton of resources, but neither does Shuttle anymore. What he does have is about an 80 supply advantage. SCV's getting killed, running very well today. Light's done a great job not letting his SCVs die en masse. He's still got about 55 despite the base deaths that he's experienced here today, as well as the Reaver drop in his main. That was also a good way and a good showing of keeping his SCVs alive. Light is a monster in that way, and many others. So can't quite wipe that base out. A recall might get it done. He almost has enough energy for one on this Arbiter that has no kills but has provided a bunch of value today. It's not always about kills in StarCraft. Support units have their day in the sun as well. I don't know that he needs to come in here. He is expanding to that 12 o'clock expansion. 12 o'clock natural. Oh, he does recall up the high ground again. Some incredible use of recalls today. This base is dying. I don't know if I'm staying in this if I'm Light. 44 SCVs remain. Yeah, that time the SCVs did not get out of there ably at all. And more of them, and more of them. 36 left. 36 workers left. Light effectively on one base mining. Protoss on one base mining. Trying to get a second one up here too. But a 94 to 164 overall supply difference. God, these spider mines should not be getting kills right now. Light is relying on spider mines to get kills to win this game. Because they're already out there. You might as well get some use out of them, he says. 160, so a 60 supply lead now for the Protoss. Vulture swinging up, and, take down a cannon. Force a cancel on that. Map does belong currently to Shuttle. Trying to make sure this base doesn't re-land. These Vultures trying to get as much value as they can, but it is a tall order when there's this much Protoss running around. 150 supply from Shuttle. Mining. Heavily mining here. Yeah, Neo Sylphid is a hard game to win a macro game against a Terran player because you can't get these bases. You can't have them. It's just not possible. Sometimes, if the Terran lets you, fine. But if they decide they don't want you to have them, you don't have them anymore. So you really have to expand at dangerous spots. But I think Shuttle might have pulled it off here today. By might, I'd say it's about a 90% chance that Shuttle's got this thing taken care of. A 70 supply lead at 30 minutes is just too much for anyone to overcome. I mean, I guess put Flash into Light's seat right now. Could he do it? I don't know. Shuttle's really good, and this is a huge advantage. Yeah, Vulture is recognizing how much Protoss there is. Oh, I guess he already stormed a thing. Killed 5 SCVs. Ah, the one base mining of Light's getting shut down. No, this one, hurry. Head over to the 3 o'clock base. That's how we can win this thing. I don't see it. I do not see this happening. Oh, guess what? Game clinching recall, Batman. SCVs were coming here as well. Dude, this is how you beat Terran. Recalls, mobility, being where they don't expect you to be. Light. He's like, I have siege tanks. I'm down 100 supply, but I have siege tanks and nice EMP on that Archon and these Dragoons. Okay, Light. One last hurrah. Great EMP on the opening. Where hasn't been stasis today, has it? All of the energy has gone to recalls. All right, he's set up properly. Does he come in and stay? He does! He comes in and stasises this time. Catches the science vessel. Oh, the stasises are too good. They are too good. And Light taps out. We're done. That's it. That was beautifully executed by Shuttle. He had a plan. He executed it to a T. Light is being extremely stubborn here. What is his deal today? It's over. It is so over. It's not even funny how over it is. It's like, okay, I guess I'll kill all of your SCVs. Yeah, 17 kill High Templar. No big deal. 17. Like, if these guys come out of stasis, I can't... Oh. EMPs every Arbiter as it comes out of stasis. Super impressive on the Science Vessel play there, but, dude. Light. Okay, GG. Light, finally GG's at 32 minutes and 38 seconds. What a win from Shuttle. He has 500 minerals in the bank. 500. He's not sitting on a huge advantage economically in the bank at all. He's not sitting on a 7,000 mineral setup and 8,000 gas. He spent everything he had. Just about everything he had. Mined out this base. And this, and this, and this, and this. Lost this base. Lost this base. Lost this base and this base. So many bases died today, but the recalls sniping so many of Light's command centers, they were huge. This is how you use recalls in PvET. This is how you do it. Shuttle is showing us how. What a great game from him. Highly impressive. Made how many gates today? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Wow. 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 28 gateways. 28 gateways today. It was Psystorm, it was Shuttles, it was Arbiters, it was Recall, it was Zealots and Dragoons. With 322 upgrades, never bothered getting the third upgrade there for the shields or the armor, but he didn't need it. And that was fantastic. Very patient from him, too. You can panic. It's easy for a Protoss player to panic when they're losing Nexuses 3 at a time like that. But Shuttle didn't. He pulled back to his safety, kept macroing, got some recalls off, got some storm drops off, and just slowly whittled the monster down. And got the win. 262,000 points to 289 in favor of the Protoss. Getting outproduced by the Terran, but outkilling the Terran is kind of fun. Structures raised 35 to 27. Bloodbath for buildings without a doubt. And the outspend by 20,000 resources. Plus, okay, 20,005 resources. Whew. Oh, wait, no, that's a 4 and a 6. Whatever, it's like 200. GG, though. Good outspend, good macro, good stasis at the end there. I love that. I was like, boy, he's sure not getting any recalls off. Recalls happen. Boy, he's sure not stasis anything today. Stasis happening. GG. Shuttle's a monster. Light is too, but one had to win today, and it was the Protoss, so GG for him. And that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and I think that's it. All at /Falcon Paladin. Until next time, as always, thanks for being here. Keeping StarCraft alive in 2025, and you take care of yourself.